There are places on our planet where nature itself becomes a nightmare. Lakes that boil like the gates of hell, waters that swallow ships and never return them, and shores where life turns to stone. From the frozen silence of Lake Michigan to the blood-red curse of Lake Natron and the death-breathing depths of Lake Nyos. These are not just lakes, they are portals into the unknown. Welcome to the world's most mysterious and dangerous lakes. Lake Monoun. Picture a lake so still its surface mirrors the stars. The night smells of earth and quiet. Villagers close their doors, thinking the world sleeps. But sometimes the deadliest things arrive, not with a roar, but with a hush. In August 1984, the calm around Lake Monoun in Cameroon broke in the smallest, most terrifying way imaginable. That night, residents heard a strange, muffled rumble rolling across the valley. No lightning split the sky, no fires lit the hills, only a soft, ominous sound and a low fog that crept from the water's edge. People walking on the nearby road thought it was ordinary mist and stepped straight into it. Within seconds, they staggered, then fell. Cars stood abandoned, engines running, drivers slumped over the wheels. By morning, 37 villagers lay dead, faces pale, lungs empty, as though the air itself had been stolen. Rumors raced. Witchcraft, a secret weapon, a curse. Officials hesitated. Scientists arrived and found something stranger than any myth. Beneath the lake's calm surface, gases from deep beneath the earth had dissolved into the cold bottom waters. Over years, carbon dioxide accumulated like an invisible pressure cooker. That night, the lake exhaled. An invisible, heavy cloud spilled out, hugging the ground, displacing oxygen. Breath by breath, it stole life. This was the first modern recorded case of a limnic eruption, a lake releasing deadly gas without flame or warning. A silent killer, it showed that water can be murder when the earth's hidden breath is freed. Imagine standing at the shore, hearing only the faint hiss of bubbles, and realizing too late that the lake itself is breathing death. Families who lost loved ones would never again take the quiet for granted. Scientists later installed vents to release gas slowly and guarded the region against future surprises. But Monoun's lesson endured. Nature keeps secrets beneath calm surfaces, and sometimes those secrets are deadly. The lake that seemed peaceful had become a teacher of terror, proof that our landscapes can hide mechanisms of mass death, invisible until catastrophe. And yet, if Monoun taught the world to fear what lies beneath, it was only a warning. 2 years later, Lake Nyos would respond with a far worse outburst, a catastrophe that would force the planet to confront the terrifying reality of sleeping giants under quiet waters. Lake Nyos. In the heart of Cameroon lies a lake so silent, so peaceful, yet it carries a deathly secret beneath its calm waters. Imagine this, a quiet night, villagers asleep, and suddenly, without warning, the earth trembles. A roar echoes, and by morning, thousands are found lifeless. This isn't a myth. This is the terrifying story of Lake Nyos, the deadliest lake disaster in recorded history. On August 21st, 1986, the serenity of Lake Nyos shattered. A thunderous sound erupted from its depths, followed by a massive cloud rising into the night sky. But this wasn't ordinary smoke. It was pure carbon dioxide, nearly 1 cubic kilometer of it, released in a deadly wave. Invisible, heavy, and merciless, the gas crept down valleys and into villages. Within minutes, it suffocated 1,746 people and over 3,500 animals. Families never even woke up. Those standing simply fell where they were. Strangest of all, no insects, no birds dared linger near the bodies. It was as if life itself had been erased. But how can a lake kill without warning? Scientists discovered that Nyos sat above a volcanic pocket. Over centuries, carbon dioxide dissolved silently into the lake's lower depths, like a soda bottle shaken but never opened. When a landslide disturbed the waters, pressure released in a single violent burst, what experts call a limnic eruption. The invisible fog moved like death itself, choosing victims not by age or strength, but simply by breath. Could this happen again? Scientists have since installed pipes to slowly release gases from Nyos, but danger lingers. Even today, the lake is watched closely, a ticking time bomb of nature. And if Lake Nyos could wipe out thousands in minutes, what if an even larger lake, hiding even more dangerous gases, erupted? The answer lies just beyond Cameroon's borders, where Lake Kivu waits, vast, silent, and far deadlier. Lake Kivu deep in the heart of Africa, straddling the border of Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo, lies a lake so vast that entire cities rest along its shores. By day, it looks like paradise. Sparkling waters, fishing boats, children playing by the banks. But beneath its calm surface lurks a nightmare, waiting to awaken. This is Lake Kivu, the most dangerous lake on Earth. If Lake Nyos could kill nearly 2,000 people in one night, Lake Kivu holds the power to wipe out millions. Why? Because hidden deep within its depths are unimaginable amounts of gas, carbon dioxide and methane. Scientists estimate that Kivu contains enough methane to power an entire nation for centuries, or enough to turn into an inferno if released in a single moment. Imagine one violent eruption, and not only would suffocating gas consume entire towns, but the methane itself could ignite into a massive firestorm. But that's not the only terror. Around 2 million people live near Kivu's shores. Families, children, entire communities rest unknowingly beside a ticking natural bomb. Unlike smaller lakes, Kivu is immense, 50 times larger than Lake Nyos. If it ever erupts, the scale of destruction would be beyond comprehension. Suffocation, fire, chaos, and silence. Scientists call it a sleeping giant, one of nature's most unpredictable threats. The strangest part? Signs of its danger already whisper from beneath. Small tremors, volcanic activity, and slow methane releases hint that the system beneath Kivu is restless. Efforts are being made to harvest methane for electricity, but experts warn that disturbing the balance could trigger disaster instead of preventing it. The clock ticks, and no one knows if it's already too late. And here's the haunting thought to carry forward. If one lake can hold the power to erase millions overnight, what about the others scattered across our planet? From Africa to the Americas, mysterious waters hide secrets that science still struggles to explain. Next, we journey to one of the Great Lakes of North America, Lake Michigan, where mysteries are written not just beneath the water, but in the skies above. When you think of the Great Lakes of North America, beauty and power come to mind. Towering waves, endless horizons, and bustling cities along their shores. But hidden within this majesty lies something darker. Among them, Lake Michigan stands apart. Not just for its size, but for the countless mysteries buried in its waters. Some call it the freshwater ocean. Others call it a graveyard of ships. But there's one area so strange, so cursed, that people whisper its name like a warning. The Lake Michigan Triangle. Imagine sailing across calm waters when suddenly your compass spins wildly. The skies darken without reason. Then, in an instant, your boat or plane vanishes without a trace. For decades, ships and aircraft have disappeared in this triangular stretch between Benton Harbor, Manitowoc, and Ludington. Some believe it's nature, violent storms, magnetic anomalies, unpredictable currents. But survivors speak of strange lights in the sky, sudden fogs, and even encounters they cannot explain. The legends don't end there. In 1921, the Rosabelle, a schooner with 11 crew members, was found capsized in Lake Michigan. Strangely, its entire crew had vanished. No bodies, no explanation. In 1950, Northwest Airlines Flight 2501 disappeared over the lake with 58 people on board. To this day, not a single body has been recovered. It's as if Lake Michigan swallows its victims whole, keeping their stories locked beneath its waves. Scientists try to explain these events as weather, but the sheer volume of disappearances raises haunting questions. Why does this triangle mirror the legends of Bermuda? Why do modern planes, with advanced technology, still report compass failures here? Could there be something magnetic buried deep beneath the lake, or is it something far stranger? And here's the terrifying thought. While Lake Michigan hides its secrets in silence, far away in the Caribbean, another lake is boiling. Literally, a lake where water itself transforms into death. Join me as we step from the cold mysteries of the North into the fiery heart of the Caribbean, to the boiling lake of Dominica. Boiling Lake. In the heart of the Caribbean island of Dominica lies a place that looks like a portal to another world. From above, it seems like a shimmering silver pool, nestled deep within the jungle. But as you approach, the ground trembles, the air thickens, and steam rises in violent bursts. This is no ordinary lake. This is the Boiling Lake, one of the strangest and most dangerous natural wonders on Earth. Imagine a lake so hot, so unstable, that stepping too close could mean instant death. At the center, water bubbles and churns like a massive cauldron, constantly boiling at temperatures over 180 degrees Celsius. But here's the mystery. Scientists don't fully understand how this phenomenon continues to exist. Unlike a hot spring, the boiling lake is gigantic, nearly 200 feet across. Beneath it lies a volcanic system that heats the water. But why it doesn't simply evaporate remains one of nature's unanswered riddles. Legends surrounding the lake only add to its fearsome reputation. Locals whisper that it is a gateway to the underworld, a place where spirits rise with the steam. Early explorers feared even looking into its depths, believing it was cursed. And strangely enough, the lake doesn't just boil, it sometimes vanishes. Recorded events show that the water level has dropped suddenly, exposing a steaming crater before mysteriously refilling again. It's as though the earth itself is breathing through this deadly pool. The boiling lake has claimed lives too. Adventurers who wandered too close or slipped on the treacherous ground have met a horrifying fate, their bodies consumed by scalding heat. The sulfur fumes alone are enough to choke anyone who lingers too long. To this day, even scientists approach it with extreme caution, admitting they can only guess at what's happening beneath. And here's the haunting question. If a single lake can behave like a living volcano, what other waters might hold secrets darker, deadlier, and more unexplainable? To find the answer, we travel across the world, to a lake so cursed that even looking at it feels like staring at death itself. Welcome to the blood-red mystery of Lake Natron. Lake Natron. In northern Tanzania, shimmering under the blazing African sun, lies a lake so beautiful that it looks like a sheet of glass. But beauty can be deceiving, because this place is not a paradise, it is a graveyard. Welcome to Lake Natron, the lake that turns life into stone. Imagine flying birds gliding peacefully over its surface, only to fall dead moments later, their bodies preserved like statues. Imagine animals stepping too close, and when their bodies touch the water, they are petrified, frozen forever in eerie poses. This is not legend. This is the haunting truth of Lake Natron. The mystery lies in its chemistry. Fed by mineral-rich hot springs and volcanic runoff, the lake is filled with sodium carbonate and other alkaline salts, creating a deadly cocktail with a pH as high as 10.5. That's strong enough to burn skin, dissolve flesh, and mummify animals. Its surface temperature can reach up to 60 degrees Celsius, making the water as hostile as acid. To the eye, the lake shines with red and pink hues caused by microorganisms that thrive in its extreme environment, painting the water with the colors of blood. But here's the strangest twist. While Lake Natron destroys most forms of life, it also sustains one of the largest colonies of flamingos on Earth. Thousands of them nest here, seemingly immune to the deadly waters. It's as if the lake decides who lives and who dies, sparing only those destined to dance in its crimson reflection. For centuries, locals have feared Natron, calling it cursed, a place where spirits rest in the bodies it petrifies. Photographs of birds and bats turned to stone on its shores have only added to its terrifying reputation. Some scientists call it a window into hell, a reminder of Earth's raw, merciless power. And here's the thought that chills the spine. If a lake can turn life into statues, what about waters that can erase life altogether without leaving a single trace? From the burning heart of Tanzania, we travel back to Africa's volcanic chain, where lakes like Monoun and Nios prove that water itself can breathe death.